Hi BookTube, it's Gina, and I thought I'd do a quick Friday reads and combine that with a little Jane Austen July wrap up. It's very hot in my house today here in the Pacific Northwest. We're having a heat wave. It's supposed to get up into the 90s. And so I've got fans going all over the place, which I shut off for this video because they are loud. It sounds like a wind tunnel in here. So I'm gonna make this a little bit quick, but I wanted to check in and say hi, see how everyone is doing today, and just give you a little update on what I'm reading, what I finished, and then what I did for Jane Austen July, because that was a really fun process. So I'm gonna start with what I'm currently reading. I just started this new Star Trek book, so you know I'm working on a Star Trek readathon, which is just a blast. And don't click away if you don't like Star Trek. This is the only Star Trek book I'm going to talk about today. This is World Without End by Joe Haldeman. And I need to do a little research on this one because I have a feeling it's set in a certain time frame in the original series world, and I need to figure out what that is before I move on with it, just so I can kind of place myself in the correct spot. However, this one is really, really funny because the first line is, "Lockite Thopis, Lieutenant Martin LaRousse was babbling at Mr. Spock in the officer's lounge." And if any of you are a child of the 80s, you know that op language, where you put op in front of all of the syllables in the words, it was so big and funny back then. And I just thought it was hilarious that this book started out with a sentence where Lieutenant LaRousse was trying to flummox Spock with op language, which clearly did not work. So I'm looking forward to digging into that one. And then more in my sort of normal reading wheelhouse is China Court by Rumer Godden. And this was written back in 1960, and the subtitle of this is The Hours of a Country House. And is that not right up my wheelhouse? Look at that cover. So of course I'm reading this one on my Kindle, so I don't have a beautiful edition to show you, but I'm only about 20 pages into this one. I just started this one also, and I think I'm going to absolutely love it. I love house details, domestic details, and this is just rife with those. And this is part of Miranda Mills' Comfort Book Club. Now, if you like my channel, you will love Miranda Mills. You probably already are all following her, but she lives in Yorkshire in England and has a beautiful, beautiful book collection and just started a comfort book club. And so I'm reading this for that. And I'm loving this so far. So I'm gonna hopefully finish this up this weekend. And I finished this week the Strangers from the Sky Star Trek book, and I did a review of that, which I will put up here if you're interested. I know Star Trek is not as kind of popular with all of us here, but I'm going to keep talking about it because I'm loving it and having a ton of fun with it. And I'll note if it's a Star Trek video, so if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. But this video, I do also want to talk about Jane Austen July, because that was a lot of fun. And I'm sorry, I just trimmed my hair and it's kind of a little bit crazy today, so I'm trying to keep my fingers out of it. So for Jane Austen July, I read Persuasion, which was a reread for me. I haven't read it in a long time though, and I realized I just didn't remember much about it at all. So I read this again. And then I read Lady Susan, which I also really enjoyed out of this. This also includes the Watsons in Sanditon. So I'm going to try and keep reading along with these because I really enjoyed that. And I do want to continue reading the Jane Austen that I have not yet read. And then I did have a couple of sort of fails so far. I'm not completely done with them, but these two books, Jane Austen, A Life by Claire Tomalin, and A Country Parson by James Woodford. I haven't finished. I just ran out of steam. So I started both of these, and I'm only about 25 pages into this one and about halfway through The Country Parson. This is a weird book. It's very, very short little snippets of his day, and I'm not able to kind of settle into it. I think because it seems a little disjointed, but I'm gonna kind of keep picking at it because I think it's a lot of fun. So I'm definitely gonna finish this A Life. It's just gonna get added to the pile. Maybe I'll finish it for next year. Hopefully it won't take me that long because I do really want to finish that one up. And then for my retelling, I read Bridget Jones's Diary, which I did not like at all, surprisingly. I love the movie. I thought the movie was so charming and cute, and I think the cast really gave it a little something that the book did not have. I talked about that in a prior video, so if I can find it, I'll link it below too. But this is a beautiful cover, but this book was not a win for me. And then just lastly, my two fun things for Jane Austen July was that I bought two beautiful Jane Austen books, Pride and Prejudice and Emma, in these gorgeous illustrated editions, which I absolutely love. They're so pretty, and they have some ephemera included in them, so they're just really fun editions. So I bought these, and I probably will never actually read these copies because they're so pretty. I don't want to ruin them, but I saw these on Miranda's Instagram too, so she's not good for my TBR, or maybe actually is really good for my TBR and my book buying habit, because she's showed me some really pretty books. But I have reading copies of both of those, and I've also got both of these on my Kindle. So I will probably, really realistically, when I read them, I like to read either the Kindle version or a cheap reading copy, so I don't kind of mess these up because they're so pretty. But I do love flipping through them and just checking out the ephemera. This has got a little card and a little letter in it. It's just so cute. Isn't that cute? So I think that's it for now. I'm going to go turn my air conditioners back on, and I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.